Alright, looks like a new day has dawned in the morning. So what's going on in the morning? Oi, what a night. Maybe boss was right when he said not to drink away my pay in one go. And we're still following this guy?
I thought we went back home.
Or maybe we're just seeing him, you know.
Maybe.
It's not Cinders watching him, we're just seeing him. Still can't say it wasn't worth it for how great last night was. Wait, what exactly happened last night? How did I even wind up here? I'm guessing this is, Peralt.
Yeah.
The deer went this way, my lord. Oi, someone's coming. Better lay low for a mite. Hurry, before it gets away. Forget the deer, Captain. There are more important matters at hand. Of course. If this is about what you asked yesterday, my lord, I know little of politics or the affairs of the court. That's exactly why I need you. You're straightforward and honest, and you see things that I can't. Behind all those smiles, everyone in the court lies to me. No, you're the only man I can trust. I will serve you to the best of my ability. What is it that you wish to discuss? It's about my father's last wish. I must have a wife before I ascend the throne. How am I to choose one? There is a ball in a few days. Isn't that your chance to find an eligible young lady? In theory, but that's the problem. How will I be able to tell? The monarchy is weak without a king, and the nobles around me are plotting to advance themselves. They groom their daughters like prize spaniels, in the hopes that I'll be taken in by a pretty face. I need a wife who is strong and smart, someone who can rule a kingdom wisely, not feed me her father's poisonous words. But I doubt that I'll ever find such a woman. Don't give up on every maid in the kingdom, my lord. Even yesterday I met a young woman who had a quick wit and a fire in her eyes. Oh, well, I guess it paid off speaking to him, huh? She did not seem like a woman of nobility, though. A shame that is, for I would have gladly have gone to see any woman that you hold in such regard. And yet you must choose a wife from among the nobility regardless. It is, after all, tradition. As if tradition mattered to that brood of vipers, they plot to control the throne before it is even in my grasp. If I marry to please a powerful house, I risk having a fool for a wife, but what other choice do I have? If we respected the traditions to the fullest, you'd be able to choose any woman at the ball, even someone you didn't know. How convenient that this rule's often forgotten. I wonder if that'll come to play later.
I wonder.
Someone I don't know. Captain, you're brilliant. It's perfect. I'm not sure I follow your thinking, my lord. A masquerade ball. I'll be able to choose from the woman without discriminating over looks or political ties. They've been pushing me to follow tradition for so long, they can't complain if I remember the old rules. Captain, you truly are a remarkable man. I see now why Father trusted you so much. Of course, my lord. Well, it's always an honor to be of service. Thank you so much, my friend. You are a rare breed indeed, still faithful to your ideals. Ideals or not, our prey has long since escaped us, and if we linger any longer, people might grow suspicious. You're right, my friend. Let us return to the castle with all haste. Now that I have a solution in mind, I can return with a light heart. Uh-oh, the shady character's still watching. Well, that's a bit of juicy gossip you don't hear every day. A masquerade ball, huh? I know a certain lady would pay handsomely for this information, that she would. The day may have started lousy after all the last night's drinking, but it's turned out to be quite a good one after all. All thanks to a few extra rounds at the pub. You can't go wrong with that. Uh-oh, so he's probably gonna tell Carmosa. Interesting.
Oh, what time is it? The sun is already so high in the sky, I must have slept in. Considering how long I spent outside last night, that's hardly a surprise. I'm still not sure what to think about what happened. I want to trust Tobias, but... well, at least it's something different from the usual. It's strange how my life has been so boring all this time, then suddenly all these things are happening to me. But even stranger than that, I wonder why no one has come to wake me up. It must at least be noon, if not later.
I guess there's something else that's more important at this moment.
Surely Carmosa hasn't decided to be gracious and grant me a holiday.
Yeah, it's probably not that. Uh-oh.
I want none of your pitiful excuses.
Exactly.
Uh-oh, Carmosa's definitely not in a gracious mood. I should get going and see what's going on before she catches me like this. Everyone is here. You're an even bigger disappointment than usual.
Oh, wow. She's really going to town.
Looks like Carmosa's mad at Gloria today. I wonder why. Hey, Sophia. Cinders, not so loud. I don't want to get in trouble or miss any of this.
Oh, man.
But what's going on? Business as usual. Mother's in a bad mood, and Gloria was the nearest thing she could yell at. I'm not interested in your excuses. It's your duty to make sure there's enough wood for the fireplace.
The fireplace is over that? Really?
If the servant is allegedly ill, then find someone else. Do it yourself if you have to. I'm sorry, Mother. I understand. If you truly understood, this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Yeah, she's not one to accept an apology.
But I am wasting my breath. I can only hope that you've learned your lesson and this won't happen again. It seems I can't trust you girls with even the smallest tasks. I wish that one of you would finally take charge of things. Yes, Mother. Well, don't just say yes. Prove your worth by taking action. Make sure dinner is ready in 2 hours. I expect the wood to be chopped by then as well. Don't worry, Mother. I will. Cinders, Sophia, why were you two wasting your time eavesdropping instead of being useful?
Why would we do something like that?
Teehee, it's not a waste to watch you, the mighty all-knowing Gloria get scolded by Mom. Oh, what's this? You usually have such a sharp reply, but now you can't think of anything to say? Whatever happened to the perfect, glorious, outspoken Gloria? One scolding from Mom is all it takes to shut you up. I don't have time to deal with your childish jealousy right now, but watch your tongue. It will certainly get you in trouble someday. Anyway, you two heard Mother. Dinner must be ready in 2 hours, so get started. What? Why do we have to get dinner ready? Because I'll be busy taking care of Mother's other needs, like getting the wood chopped. If you'd rather not, I can always tell Mother you refuse to obey her orders. Fine, I'll do it. Just pray that your food isn't poisoned. Ha ha ha. As if you'd have the guts to do such a thing, little sister. Now, if you excuse me, I have duties to attend to. Well, it looks like I'm stuck working with you, Cinders.
Hey, it's all in good fun.
I don't know.
Yeah, why were you so cruel to Gloria? What's the big deal, man?
Why were you so cruel to Gloria? Why? Don't you hate her too? Well, maybe, but you're her sister. Aren't you supposed to support each other? Oh, if only Gloria believed that. No, there's certainly no support here, and it's mostly her fault. She always acts so smug and self-righteous, but there's no trace of her own will or personality in there. She's just trying to copy Mom, even though it's impossible. And of course, she takes out all her frustration on me. She probably thinks Mom will recognize her more if she keeps degrading me. I have no reason to be kind to her. I understand, but don't you wish that would change? Living under Carmosa is hard enough already.
Yeah, there's really no need to make things hard for yourselves.
Wouldn't it be better to band together instead of fight each other? Maybe, but why does it matter? Why am I even discussing this with you? I must be getting desperate. Of course I want to be on better terms with Gloria, but she drew the line a long time ago. I may not be as clever or as beautiful as Mom or Gloria, but I'm not naive. People just don't change. They'll remain cruel as long as it benefits them.
That's a rather cynical way of looking at things.
That's such a sad outlook on life. It must have been really hard for you growing up. Oh, please, I don't need pity, especially not from you. Life is hard and no amount of sweet words will change that. Now let's go get dinner ready before we get in trouble. It'll be nice having someone helping me with dinner for once. Hurry up and take out all the ingredients we're going to need.
Alright, a little touchy.
Why me? Isn't it obvious? I hardly step foot in the place, so naturally I don't know where anything is. Naturally? That doesn't mean you can't help with the preparation, though.
Oh, so we make dinner in here as well?
It's a kitchen, right?
Is it the kitchen? I guess.
I don't really have a choice in the matter, do I? There's no way you can prepare dinner in 2 hours alone. I'll be in just as much trouble as you if it's not done. Mother isn't forgiving towards anyone. I figured that much out myself. Now, here are all the ingredients. Yuck, the stench is unbelievable. Are they rotting or something? No, this is just how vegetables smell. They do grow in soil, you know. Sure, but I can't believe you actually live with this odor. I bet sometimes you must feel like a rather large carrot yourself. Or a beetroot, maybe. That's very funny, Sophia. Besides, it wasn't exactly my own choice to move in here. I used to have a proper bedroom before Gloria took it. Of course, how could I forget? Still, you should be grateful. They say that harsh conditions help to build character. You're bound to become a diamond here, while poor Gloria softens with every passing hour.
That's an interesting outlook, maybe.
Can't you give me a break for once? If that's how it's going to look, I prefer to risk Carmosa's anger and prepare the dinner alone. Oh, fine, don't be so uptight, sis. One Gloria in this house is one too many. So, what was it like before we moved in with you anyway?
Sure, we'll tell her, why not?
Do you really want to know?
I feel like being friendly is the best way to go about this. Like, we don't want to make enemies.
Of course, we gotta talk about something, or else it'll be awfully dull in here. You can't just admit that you're actually interested in my life. Well, if you must know, the moment we started talking, I decided it's better to imagine you're a character from some bad romance novel. It's much less personal like that. You're such a darling sometimes. I know, right? I may not be the worst or best in the family, but you can't accuse me of lacking creativity. But let's get back to that book you're in. Well, life was different when Father was still alive. More carefree, although I suppose that's how childhood is. Father had a way with kids. I think he was rather a big child himself, always dreaming. I loved it back then. I see, and how do you feel about it now?
Well, I don't know. How did you feel about it?
I mean, she seems to think it was good. She was talking about it like...
She likes to reminisce about it, so I'm guessing she liked it.
Right?
Yeah, sure, why not?
It was fantastic. I loved it all so much. Everything was so magical. He tried very hard to keep the worries of life away from me. It was like living in a fairy tale. Demons. I used to wonder what having a proper father would be like, but I think I'm all cured now. It sounds like keeping in touch with reality wasn't exactly his forte. That may be, but I was just a kid with a happy childhood. There are some dreams you just don't want to wake up from. What about your mother? Do you remember her? Unfortunately, she passed away giving birth to me. I still feel guilty about it, even though I know it doesn't make any sense. Father told me a lot about her, but I don't really know if that's how she was or just an idealized image. Either way, I know that her death had a huge impact on him. I think he was very lonely. Perhaps that's why he preferred to get lost in his dreams rather than face real life. I'm sure it got even worse after we came into your life, huh?
That's one way to put it.
Ew, this onion is making my eyes wet. Give that to me, I'll chop it. If you rinse the knife first, it shouldn't sting that much. As for you, I'd say my life was definitely different after you came in.
Definitely different in some regards.
Oh, just be honest. I know your life has been miserable ever since your father married our lovely mother. Trust me, it's not like Gloria and I wanted this either, and yet here we are, one big happy family.
Well, it's worked out better for you, anyway.
You can be awfully cynical at times. Oh, you noticed. Fine then. Yes, my life got worse when you showed up. I'm a servant, no, a slave in my own house. Not like you'd understand. Yes, what could I possibly know about it, stupid onion? It sounds to me like it's your turn to talk about your life. Well, there's not that much to say. That can't be true. It's obvious that a lot happened to you and Gloria. You wouldn't be like this otherwise. Besides, you said you wanted a conversation, so tell me about yourself.
Yeah, now it's your turn.
Fine, but don't say I didn't warn you. When we were children, we lived out in the countryside. Our house wasn't as nice as this one, though. Our father was a military man. He got himself killed in some war, and that left Mother a widow. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be. I hardly even saw the man. When he was around, he was like a complete stranger. Not a proper father at all. His death meant nothing to us.
Wow.
What about Carmosa? It must have affected her. Maybe that's why she's the way she is now. Was that supposed to be a joke? Mom didn't care about him any more than we did.
Yeah, I get the feeling she was always like that.
Then why did she marry him?
For position and power?
Well, why does anyone get married?
I don't know. If we answer this, is this saying more about ourselves?
Maybe we should say for many reasons, because there are different reasons for people.
Well, I guess so. But like, I'm wondering if that like affects our outlook on things, like the way we choose.
That's true.
Like, why would Cinders get married? Is it for love?
I would assume so, since she's kind of like a fairy tale character, but I mean, she hasn't really expressed any interest in love or anything, has she?
I know that, but what I'm saying is, like, if we choose an option, does that like push us down a certain path? Like,
I don't know.
She'll be more inclined to go for political reasons if we do that one, or if we choose for love, she'll do things for love. Mm-hmm. And for many reasons, I have no idea what that would do.
I don't know. What do you think?
You let me know.
I don't know.
Just pick a choice.
Let's say many and just roll the dice. There are a lot of reasons for people to get married. I don't think I can give one solid answer. Some do it to attain higher status or more riches. It's also a way to ensure you aren't alone when you're old. And sometimes love, or at least mutual respect, plays a role too. You're right. For instance, an ugly girl like me would only attract men looking for status. They would try to climb the social ladder using my back for rungs.
Wow, you're rather harsh on yourself.
Ugly.
I guess she's been conditioned to think that by her mother.
Maybe. It was the opposite with Mother. She used her
Really?
looks to attract a man of higher social standing.
If you say so.
If you had a penchant for melodrama, you could say she climbed his dead body to be where she is now. Carmosa comes from a poor family. They had a title of nobility, but they'd lost most of their riches and splendor. The only way for her to advance up the social ladder was to marry, and she was ambitious. She married an officer who was relatively rich and had a lot of accolades. She probably planned ahead even there. For all I know, she chose a man who would probably die in battle so that she could marry even higher later. How can you say that? That's such a cruel assumption. Cruel? It's not like she killed him. He would have died anyway. She just wanted something more out of life. It's still a cold thing to do.
True.
Cold? Sure, it's cold. It's business. I don't see what's wrong with it. Mother's not dumb. She did what she had to. That's not much room in this world for women with ambitions, so you take what you can get.
All right, if you say so.
So, back then, was your life as bad as it is now? Worse. What? How so? Well, you weren't around.
Oh, how joyous for me.
Listen, if you're not around, who do you think becomes the victim? Mother's always needed a scapegoat, and Gloria would do anything to please that woman. I'm not as pretty, smart, or ambitious as them, so naturally she humiliated me and Mom didn't disapprove. And now that I'm here, they no longer target you. Is that it?
Well, not
That's
as much
exactly it. Mom and Gloria have a new scapegoat and my life is finally a little better. Oh, I see. So now that you're no longer tormented, you choose to torment me instead. Of course, nothing personal, but it's either me or you, and I certainly won't be a victim again. Besides, you should be grateful. Didn't your father shield you from the real world too much? Well, now you get to see exactly what it's like. That's the way of all things. You're either the hunter or the prey. And as long as Mother and Gloria focus on you, I can go back to being my own worthless self.
Wow. You're not worthless. How dare you think that about yourself?
Just listen to yourself. You're not worthless, ugly, stupid, or even cruel. My, what has made you an expert all of a sudden? That's ridiculous. It's obvious the person you hate the most is yourself, but you have no reason to. So you make up all these excuses like you're too stupid or ugly or worthless when you know it's not true. But it's still an easy way out, isn't it? You prefer to convince yourself you're nothing so that nobody will expect anything more from you. You don't have to change or do anything if you're worthless after all. And you sound like you're trying to convince yourself that you're all-knowing. You're not worthless, Sophia. You know that. It's almost endearing how hard you try to see good in other people, but you're just being naive. It's not naive at all. I was paying attention when you were talking and I learned something important. You think you're worthless because you can't measure up to Carmosa or Gloria, but it's the opposite. Carmosa is a woman of strong influence. It's easy to get drawn in and conform to what she wants. The fact that you've resisted means that you're stronger than Gloria. It means you're stronger than Carmosa. I'm sorry you had to suffer for it, but that makes you even more admirable.
I wonder if we worked our way of words on her.
You really had it rough, and I know that left a mark on you, but it doesn't make you worthless. You know, I don't need your pity. Trust me, that's the last thing on my mind. You've still been absolutely horrid to me. But now that I know what happened to you, well, I just wish that you knew better. I've had enough of this. I've done enough work. You can handle the rest of the dinner. Can't you?
Yeah, we'll be fine on our own.
Well,
probably.
You don't really have a choice. I'm leaving. Fine, have it your way. For a girl who wastes her life away in the kitchen dreaming of better days, you sure can be self-righteous. And for a girl so cynical and angry with the world, you sure look a lot like a self-made victim. Then I suppose that entire conversation between us was pointless. Good luck with the dinner. What is wrong with her? I can't believe we actually had that conversation. That was definitely unexpected.
Indeed.
I think I need some time to think it over. The meal is nearly done anyway.
I think we certainly managed to get under her skin at the least.
Yeah.
Whatever that accomplished.
All that's left is to get one of the servants to cook the rest right before it is served. Wait, so we have servants, then why are we doing it?
Just because she likes to mess with us, pretty much.
I really need to get out and gather my thoughts. Everyone is busy, so I'm sure no one will notice if I sneak out.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.